Welcome to Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer.
Man, I hope your ass ain't broke, cause that was a stack. Okay, well, maybe it was 100. Okay, well, you kept it a buck, man.
Welcome to Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer. So you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first. Where here nothing has to be rehearsed. Let me put it in reverse. The corner we back to is brought to you by Faith and Hustle. So it's some big hitters in this room, and it's okay to flex your muscle. Because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brain waves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse. Or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet. Or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
Someone in my DMs wants my penis. Someone in my DMs actually wants the dick. Dick. She said she's feeding and sending pictures, teasing, trying to do everything to catch my attention. She said she want to practice making children after if I was single and ready to mingle. I mean, she kind of wants me to do this thing where I stick Georgie through a can of Pringles. Because after the first pop, she can't stop being in my DMs asking for my penis. She said my test knowledge was genius. Trying to around and find out just how toxic the dick is. Now she in my back tech talking about my pieces. I already know what the routine is. Because the way the kids are trying to get my magic trick to do a magic trick, she wants to make it disappear by tempting me to saying that she want to give it a kiss. You know what? I think she addicted. Who you think did this? A dick did. Now she's tempted to get my extensions with this sexual conversation. I guess a woman thinking tactically developed this strategy that you can get any nigga you want. Just offer him some coochie. And I'm sorry, honey, but that ain't the move. See, every nigga ain't just trying to stick his dick deep inside of you. Yeah, you still ask what that mouth do. Well, I tell you, you about to set yourself up for commitment issues. Yeah, she's still saying, pull up on me. And don't forget to bring Georgie. She said, I'm horny and I need you to come and tenderize this yoni. But I told her I got a girl and she okay with Polly. The only thing she says is don't lie to me. Maintain your boundaries. And if you don't do anything else, keep these hoes in these streets. But yeah, you come to me promiscuously. Slide into my DMs asking for my penis. Yeah, you don't even know me. See, I can fuck you and still make you feel lonely. See, I have you laying in bed in your head asking, damn, who is he fucking? But yeah, you came in with me with the mindset of a slut. Now you're going to get treated as such. Flashing your nice breast and your butt. All of my DMs trying to get a quick nut. But yeah, you in my DMs looking for my penis. Yeah, you dealing with demons and like women. Got your ass posted on the gram looking for a man, but don't understand why you only get penis. Yeah, you don't even see the reason because it's probably because your hot girl summer lasts for all 4 seasons. Now you're stealing for a filer saying he heard my piece and he got curious. He led with, I bet you taste delicious and put Georgie on her wish list. Listen, don't come to me, offer me just cookie because immediately you won't get put in the doc category. You won't be my girl, but you'll be Georgie's. And you only get hit up when I'm horny. So in reality, you're not talking to me, but yet you talking to Georgie.
I smell blood. Shark. Must be on period. Pen bleeding, no panty liner. Juices wasted. This crack is reusable, not ass. This ain't soft. This ain't sweet. Like mama's cries when street took babies. Hard hitting like crack in the 80s. I'm a product of my environment. No freebase. Just that steel frame, corner grown that rose from the Reagan era. Say no to drugs era, you know. And I still came out dope, stamp, seal, and knocking most off their feet. So why not double down on me? Like always, I'm that re-rock, stretching lines till they snap back, still hitting strong quarterback sack. Call that the rewind. Come up, kite energy, I'm lifted. Delivering messages that's not for everyone, but only the way I know how to connect, building communities. So I hate the ones who have to bite this bullet. Like uncut smack my pen, that's that pressure pack. My flow leaking through the plastic. Only the real ones will understand. My voice got the corners leaning in like they need another hit of my piece. See, this ain't performance. This is persistence. Through the pain, I found the truth. And there lies my power. I don't just write, I distribute brick after brick, bar after bar, legacy in every line. See, I'm pure, potent, untouchable, never influenced by others, because nowadays that shit is just watered down. I remain solid, bouncing back like that fresh fish scale. See, I'm uncut dopeness, y'all. And that's my piece.
In order to pick the lock, Malcolm Little must first bend his knees to see the keyhole. He got the eyes on the prize. He a thief becoming the hottest raisin in the sun, murder 101, killing Haram, unlocking the strength of Abraham and Ishmael, the sign of submission, the ultimate yielding to he who was most unmovable. To be at the lowest before the most high, in a space deeper than space, surrounded by the Milky Way, gushing the cream of the planet carried by Atlas Sea. In these moments, we pray not for lighter burdens, but stronger backbones. So bow. I'ma hold you accountable, then I'll hold you down, for I let you buckle under the weight of the son of the morning, mourning the son of God, kneeling on bended knee to lift the universe where stars wait for the weight to be held high to the ones who held us down, even below the ground. This is for y'all, the writers. Come on.
My brothers and sisters, related by the shade of our skin, targeted by men who can't fit in, my brothers and sisters, running from the pigs that harm our men just because America says they can, never knowing if they'll live another day without the hate, the love we give, the choices we make. Every day to survive the crimes, I mean genocide committed against us, all because of a hue? To be honest, I care less if you're blue. My mahogany sisters, protect your kids at all costs. You'll never know if you experience a life lost or imprisoned by the same system who falls victim to the sins of one white man that changed the world forever. Cherishing broken memories over booze and blues, my colored kings, watch out. There's a target on your back. Think fast, resist, make your life last. Or at least that's what they preach before they breach and decide I'm only meant to die by a gun or a fist. If the cops miss, I'm taking a fix by the poison minds of my kind. And by mine, I mean I, black as ever alive. Or just merely surviving this everlasting crucifix of sins committed from our ancestors, who let greed cow greed, who knew that one deed would leave a debt unfulfilled forever. My brothers and sisters, we protect each other at all costs, because you never know when we'll take the last loss, a life lost forever. Blood and bonds. Thank you.
My ladies, when you hand them your resume and they want to talk about your makeup, when you get that corner office and their eyes only linger on the length of your skirt, when they prefer to refer to your areas of weakness, ignoring the weight of work you carry on your shoulders each day, when you cross every T and dot every I, but the promotion goes to someone missing an X to their Y, when they set you in high places, but try to lower your standards, when you bring your experience to the table and they still think they need to cut your meal for you, when they call you sweetie and dear and treat your masterpiece of a name as if it were clay that their tongues could reshape, when your 4C locks don't meet company guidelines and they seem to prefer your black relaxed, when the task they assign you feels like a puzzle with half the pieces missing, when you break day along with parts of your spirit to finish the job that they only seem to know how to pick apart. When they say you must have cheated, when they cut budgets and corners but never the load, and you still execute exquisitely and they choose the reward of mediocrity, when they call you emotional for having emotion, when they call you dramatic for demanding respect, when they throw compliments your way and you don't want to catch them, when they assume that your pretty face means empty head, means welcome mat, means open legs, when you come to them human, then they prefer you be object, when you come to them rock and they prefer you be pillow, when you come to them whole and they offer you 80 cents to their dollar, when they almost convince you that your talent, your labor is meaningless, it is then that you lift your shoulders with your chin parallel to the same ground your mother, grandmother, ancestors, queens battled on. And when you climb and your fists go bloody from pounding on that ceiling, feel the dents that others have chipped. And when you realize that with all the world has taught you, you still quake the earth, planted seeds in dry soil, water just self and bloomed. It is then you push back on the people betting on your complacency. Realize that women have always been the fuel for every movement, have been the backbone that stood alone and often unknown. It is then you realize you don't have to hold the lies they told. Please let the need for their approval go, because nothing you do for them will make you whole. So just shine like you are here for a purpose bigger than yourself. Because we women have the tendency to exhale excellence, and best believe this is only the surface of everything you will accomplish. My dear, do not let their labels or limitations destroy the legacy you will leave. This power, it flows through your bloodstream. It is in you. It is in your genealogy. Poem.
Somebody had the audacity to ask me whether God was in the city or not. I gave them some statistics. On average, for every tire softened by a pothole, 5 hardened hearts are humbled, 4 broken souls are bandaged, 3 bandits are brought back to community, 2 palms hold miracle in hand, and the only real enemy is put to shame. In fact, I testify for God in the city of young people, hungry for hope, thirsty for a future, eager for an expected end. And who are these youth but angels, waiting for someone to believe in their wings, to believe that sky isn't even the ceiling of their journey, even if they dig themselves a grave, that there is a resurrection reserved for those whom society would label tombs before they turn 22. There is something heavenly in knowing that a rough city can still polish precious stones too, when once the city dawns these rocks, joins God in rejoicing over these jewels, these youth will journal their journeys into a traffic jam for Satan. Translation, the devil won't know what hit him. That's why he's so quick to accuse these kids of corrupt collisions, even though he's the one who wants to rush more. But these rocky foundations be a work unto God. Yes, rough around the edges, but they are craftsmanship unmatched by any vessel of devil or man. Against these Peters, even the gates of hell will not prevail, I promise you. Letting you throw themselves into their God-given gifts, they'll shatter the glass house designed to confine them, force open the iron fist balled up to bind them. Freedom will finally find them, I promise you. For every skyscraper being molded, many boys are being built up as bolder men. Girls are girded for the gallantry of womanhood. Young addicts are answering yes to the active working of the Almighty God, and many tested teens are taking time to testify. They say I look for comfort in things that cannot compare to the champion of my soul. He is with me in the valley. No shadow of death can compete with the light of life that he is. He is the reason I can be on a roll when society gave me a dead scroll before I even crossed the stage. They wrote me off as failure before the vision was plain. They thought my flight was delayed. But these days I fly so high, I walk among the stars like I was born to walk with God, because I am. And he is my promise keeper, my provider, my opportunity, peace, and portion. And y'all, though patience be a struggle, I know this in my soul. He is the reason why this rock can roll. And so the next time somebody has the audacity to ask you whether God is in this city or not, just tell them what you believe. Give them some statistics, because I see God in my city when I look at each of you. I just hope the city learns to see it too. Peace.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch.
He meant to say, "Ish." What up, fam? Welcome back to Poppy's Poetry Corner, where the mic stay lit and the vibe stay soulful. This week's episode, off the top, man,
episode number 4. We only got 2 more weeks left of this season. Yeah, you know, the season that's brought to you by Coastal Sunflower Body Scrubs, where you can add the glow and it mix the flow. And baby, you know you got the show. Hit the .com to get you some. Man, on the rewind, we have Half-Hearted. And that spotlight y'all just saw, that was the one and only Marielle, the Shinobi of poetry. If you missed last week, then you missed a great laugh and plenty of petty, y'all. So don't forget to tap in. Also, y'all know the show really started last night. Y'all know we always start with Pentelectual Conversations, which aired last night. It was good conversation and good vibes of music. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with my bro Paul Cram. Man, if you new in here, hit the subscribe button so that you know when we lit week after week. And if you here and you found week after week, man, we appreciate you for being found. Now let's get into these powerhouse poets for the week. Hold. Oh, I got you, Shim. I always got you. Hold up. Oh yeah, y'all know we up like the sun. Season 3. What you thought? You thought we weren't coming with great poets and books? No. Hold up. They got it all. Let's go.
He knows so shameless hosting.
Be on the corner too.
So you know that shit is tight. That corner's a bad.
She is a bad mother sucker. The person that's coming up, man, Gabrielle Hall, is a visual and spoken word artist, multifaceted artist who has been writing since childhood. She's the founder of Brain of Acne. A crane. She told me it's a crane. Got that thing. A wellness brand merging art, storytelling, and natural care. Through her platform of Grain Organics, Gabrielle promotes holistic healing and creative expression. Her work celebrates art and the tool of empowerment. And she has collaborated with and hosted acclaimed poets and artists such as Lady Brunson, Black Chakra. Y'all know who that is on the corner. And that's just to name a few. See, Queen is continuing to build spaces where creativity meets community. But tonight, she here to do the same damn thing. Build community where we get creative. So right now, y'all know she on the corner. It's the one and only Gab, the creator. Where you at, Gab? There you go. Hey.
Thank you so much for having me. I just want to say thank you.
All hours, man. The way y'all just ran through that drive-by.
Man, everybody killed that cipher. I mean, everybody killed it. Everybody brought that A game.
I'm trying to tell you, can't go wrong with that. So first of all, let's get to it, because I know if y'all saw that beautiful merch that I just had up there, I mean, from the purses to the bracelets to the different things that was just on the screen, that's all this queen right here. You know what I mean? Okay, she rocking a little she letting y'all know she rock her stuff too. So with that being said, right, where can the people tap in to find this wonderful, beautiful merch?
Yeah, so y'all can tap in at Gabs the Creative. That's my main page. Or y'all can tap into my business page, Grain of Arcane. It's also down below. So yeah, make sure y'all log in. Website's the same. Instagram's the same. And if you tell me that you saw me on here, I'll cut you a deal. So make sure you shoot me a DM.
Look, now she talking the corner talk. Y'all know we love when they come through talking that corner talk. So with that being said, y'all make sure if y'all hit her up, drop P.P.C in her DM, and you're gonna get an extra little bonus or extra little. I don't know what she giving, but it don't matter. You don't come down. No caller, you heard me. So with that being said, let's get to the rest of these questions. Your work beautifully fuses wellness and creativity. What inspired you to merge those two worlds under the grain of Arcane?
Yeah, so Grain of Arcane was actually a rebrand. First, my business was called Arcane. And it's so funny that they came out with the TV show, because when they came out with it, everybody was like, oh my gosh, is this your business? And I'm like, no, this is a whole different series. But what birthed Arcane was, it was actually birthed through my mental health struggles. And the arts really healed me. And so when I was thinking of a name for my business, I was like, what words mean misunderstood? And I was literally Googling words, and Arcane came up, and I was like, that got a nice ring to it. And I kind of just stuck with that.
Oh, she must have knew what the deal was. She told me the definition and everything all at once. Let's go. Now I'm caught up to the game. Now I see why it's really important. Now, all right, so you've worked with some incredible poets and visionaries. How have those collaborations shaped your own artistry and message?
That's a great question. Well, so like the first person you mentioned, Lady Breon, she's actually the poet laureate of Maryland. So it was an honor to, be able to host somebody who represents poetry as a whole for the state. Black Chakra, y'all already know who that is, but he's amazing, real stand-up guy. If y'all ever get a chance to meet him, straight culture. And then last summer, I actually worked with Kondani Fidel, who is also a Baltimore-based poet and a recent Emmy Award winner. But it was really great to work with him because he's a huge advocate for Baltimore City and just, people coming from the hood for real, when talking about the struggle of what it's like to come from the concrete jungle. And so being able to work with all these different people who come from different backgrounds but share a common passion was really just a beautiful experience.
It sounded like it was, and I'm glad you brought that up because I took it out the bio because I couldn't say the name, and I refused to mess up the name. So I'm glad that she brought it to the forefront because anytime you have anybody who's won something such a prestigious award, you want to name them, but I don't want to mess the name up. So I was glad that she shouted herself out for working with phenomenal people as she such. And yes, Black Chakra has been and graced P.P.C. So if y'all don't know who that is, go tap into the old show. Just put his name in.
Make sure y'all go tap in.
It will definitely pop up because he's a movement all by himself, just like these beautiful people who are in here tonight. So with that being said, how you moving us? What's the first piece you giving us tonight?
All right, so ironically, I mentioned Black Chakra. So the first piece I'm gonna present for y'all is called "Why Hurricanes Are Named After Women." Shout out to Black Chakra because he gave me this prompt, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna kill it." So yeah,
hey, right and I already know just for the name itself. She said, "Why hurricanes are named after?" Let me get the hell on before we blow some stuff.
Listen, because I'm ready to bless y'all. Do you know what the pit of a storm beholds? In the midst of disaster, a twister finds treasure in the chest of itself. The heart of a storm waiting to be weathered, fucked by something greater than itself. Katrina, Alina, Roxanne, Irene, the prettiest of names given to Mother Earth's soldiers. The mind of 5 giants in an endless cycle of desperation, searching for a bystander that might finally fathom the hidden qualities beyond the storm. Blinded by its beauty, entrapped in discovering more, only to unfold the hidden qualities beyond the storm. The chaos of piling thoughts and trauma, cycling itself over and over. Ridiculed by men who correlate damage with feminine, corrupted by their own thoughts that a woman could only be capable of disaster. Man is the greatest enemy of himself. Global warming, poison skies, plastic wraps killing lives, a rotating spear of life left to dig itself a grave goodbye. Do you know Gaia? Goddess of earth and life. What happens when a child loses its light? Chaos begins to take flight. Just think about it. When we ask ourselves why hurricanes are named after women, storms bear the fury, fierce and untamed, like whispers of women, both feared and famed. What if chaos is really just war against kin killers? Trees burning, animals falling, life left slim to none. Maybe Katrina was just protecting her son. Ask yourself, WWMND, what would Mother Nature do? Thank you.
What you looking in the mirror and saw me or something? Because that piece was beautiful, miss. I meant beautiful, beautiful, man.
And it definitely was because I think it told the truth about everything. Like it's two sides to everything. So what if you looked at it from the flip side and realized that it's a reason for the reckoning? But with that being said, y'all know we finna keep this show right on only known to friends as spoke. This Nashville poet got bars with backbone and boundary pusher and deep thinker. He's rocked mics alone, Brandon Leaks, won Vox Slam 2017, and brought fire to Soul Food Poetry Cafe and the Vanguard. When he's not blessing the stage, he's leading the culture as a creative director of Po Boys and Poets of Nashville. If y'all don't know who it is, I'm about to tell y'all tonight, boy, it's spoken in. Let's go. What up, King?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We blessed and highly favored. We up like the sun even when it's down. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. That was a hell of an intro. I love your energy. I love your
Hey,
energy.
thank you so much. Y'all give me the energy. Without y'all, it wouldn't be a reason to be hyped up. Y'all hype me up. Y'all my hype people. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Yeah.
So, I got a couple questions for you, starting with, you perform aside legends. How did that experience shape your creative voice in itself?
Well, I'll say I've been able to perform with Brandon Leak. I just recently performed with a poet named Maui, who's really dope out of Philly. And just seeing how they compose themselves on stage is always impressive. And every time I watch them, I feel like I can take something away from them. So the pure artistry of how to handle being on stage, because it never goes exactly how you think it's gonna go.
That part never does. So don't expect, just get out there and do it. I love that. So as a creative director of Po Boys and Poets, how do you keep community and authenticity alive in that scene?
Well, it's funny that you say that. So Po Boys and Poets, I think what sets us apart is we give you a safe space, but we don't protect your feelings, right? And by that I mean with our verse therapy shows, which I got one coming up on Friday. Verse therapy open mic. We partner with the Black Mental Health Village nonprofit here in Nashville. Been partnered with them for like 3 years now, and so we allow this as a space for people to kind of get stuff off their chest. And we have a lot of other dope activities that we do, but it's mainly an open mic. And yeah, man, we invite it to all people. And
Hey,
then we do a lot of other stuff.
where's the open mic? Tell the people, tell Nashville how to tap in. What day, what time, where to get the tickets. Like we need to hold your deal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Verse Therapy, that's our main show. We do those every third Friday. So this Friday, but every third Friday, you can buy tickets on our company site at poboysandpoets.com. You can go on our Instagram or our Facebook. Everything's there. Just tap the links in the bios and you'll be able to get them. But yeah, every third Friday, we do Verse Therapy, and we in that bitch for like at least 4 hours. Like we have a long list. And I suggest you sign up beforehand. Send us a
Right.
DM, sign up beforehand, because when you get there, I can't guarantee we're gonna have a lot
It's
of
gonna go
space.
down in the DM. So he telling you, hit him up in the DM on the back. You getting the first hand right here. The king telling you,
Yeah.
hit him up, and he'll add you to the list ahead of time so you don't have to be on such a long list. In other words, it's lit.
Yeah.
They leave the mic wide open. It's
Yeah.
healing.
Hey, show
Therapy.
up the day of thinking you're gonna get on and see what happens.
Say it ain't happening. It ain't happening. So I know when I'm in Nashville on every second, if I make one second Friday, I know to hit him up early and be like,
Yeah.
"Yo,
Third Friday. But yeah, hit me up.
tap me in." You know what I'm saying? So that's what he telling y'all got to do. With that being said, what's the first piece you're dropping for us tonight?
All right. So um, I liked what you were talking about. What inspired this, like the corner lot. And so I'm gonna do a piece that reminds me of that. This piece, um, I actually don't have a name for it, but it's gonna play off how we use our words to shape the block that we live on. So.
Yeah, and that's powerful because we do that. You know what I'm saying? We will set a trend, good or bad, guys. Understand that. And y'all already know what I'm gonna say. He doesn't have a name for the piece, so y'all drop some ideas in the comments for me as he's doing the piece on what y'all think he should name it. Let's go.
To the ones who found a place where they found their voice, a voice that shakes the streets. How many of us gotta go to make an earthquake? How many creative minds are trapped in seismic captivity? See, once upon a time, we were the original earthbenders, and with only a writing utensil, we would manipulate the rough terrains of Martin Luther King Boulevard, building blocks for the new buildings on blocks. And with a flick of the wrist, Mother Nature would decorate the cobblestones, pricking her finger with the concrete roses. As the world's original illustrator, she drew first blood. Her blood, sweat, and tears paint the new sidewalk, where we do our best not to step on the cracks, always weary, not to cross the lines left behind. That reminds us of the scars left behind. Now we make scars as we leave our marks on the streets, remembering when we chose the rough terrain at the fork when there was only two ways. Because when you know your roots, you understand flowers never really grow on the safe, smoothly paved roads, and I need a bouquet. So pull up to the garden trick, like it or not. Animal fighting on the block, we searched for truth, lost ourselves, and turned our IDs to ideas. Now we're writing the block. We've already remembered what we forgot, so hell no, we ain't gonna tell y'all what them hieroglyphics really mean. I mean, you can continue to dig up gold with your little pyramid schemes, because I'm not really sure how I dug up dry bones in the Valley of Kings, where pyramids appear amid the tombs I've never seen, like them segregated cemeteries, some tombs I've never seen. Ain't it crazy how they can call it excavation, a grave rob, dead bodies, and ancient statues never protected, but it's a crime if I pull off a heist and grave rob for dead presidents, even though Ben Frank was never elected. I mean, can you imagine an Aretha Frank that was never respected? Because every day we risk it all for that RESPECT and the LOVE, giving these Federal Reserve notes to wealth, employing these therapeutic ink blocks, writing love notes to self, hoping that one day our images will be tattooed on buildings. This plus more are engraved on the roads of our minds. So welcome to Sesame Street, where the number and letter of the day is 50, where it's not that heavy to get a weight off your chest with 5 O's and drop 20 to life plus 5 more, where the mothers and daughters' breasts both smell like Similac, and where the fathers and sons only make a sound 6 feet under the ground. Shh, did you hear that? Because this is to the ones who found a soul in a place where they found their voice, a voice that shakes the streets. How many of us gotta go to make an earthquake? Oh.
That's that corner talk. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Powerful every time that I look up. Yeah.
I love when you can get hood and still leave a message inside of the bottle, man. I hope y'all put down the lingo that he was putting down, because I definitely did. She already know she up. This camera been popping on, and she know I be talking about junk in the background. She been ready, and the way she came out here in that speed round, oh, that pen is definitely ready, because that mental is on 10. Y'all already know it's a Brooklyn-born powerhouse poet, luscious advocate. Now, you know I said no, excuse me, go back. Lupus advocate, an educator who shares stages with Jill Scott, Nas, and more. From Cambridge Hall to HBO Deaf Poetry Jam, she blends activism, artistry, and advocacy with unmatched grace. She's written from Pandora, the NFL Draft Hershey, and speaks truth to healing inside of classrooms and across the world. But guess what? Tonight, the world about to tap in on her, because tonight, baby, she on the corner ready to rock out. Y'all already know I told y'all she ready, so you better get ready. It's the one and only Chanel Gabrielle. Yo,
That was you. You do really good with these intros. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, got me hyped for myself.
I can make it through the words. We in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm excited about y'all intros. These are the things that big y'all up. And if I can't do nothing else, baby, I can big y'all up for bigging me up for coming on here tonight. You know what I'm saying? So if nothing else, I can give you that energy. I got that for you. So with that being said, I got a couple questions. I really want to get into that first piece that you threw. So I'm going to ask, my first question is going to be, what inspired that piece? Because it blew me. I was over here in church throwing stuff at the screen and stuff. So I mean, what inspired the piece?
Well, I was actually asked to write that. I met a woman. A woman booked me to perform at a event for her job, and she was telling me about like how stressed she was at work, and a lot of the things she was stressed out with were things that I'd been through. And she was like, it'd be so funny if you performed this poem if you wrote a poem that talked about this and we performed it in front of my bosses and they had no clue I was talking about them. And so that was it. And I really thought about like all of the things that really are annoying or problematic or just barriers to success. And while, yeah, definitely it's like, we want to vent, but we also recognize like, I'm not doing this work for anybody else. I'm doing it for me. And always try to hold on to that as you're working in these spaces that don't always affirm or show the respect that you're due. It's like, I ain't even doing it for them because that ain't going to help me.
Right. That's why every day I hug myself and every day I tell myself, you're doing a wonderful job. I don't care what's going on. I have to remind myself of that because sometimes people will always tell you what you're doing wrong, but they never tell you the things that you do right. So you got to tell yourself, even the little things. Hell, I woke up this morning, brushed my teeth, and got dressed. Hello, I'm doing something today. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you've turned your lupus journey into light. What keeps you motivated when the world feels so heavy to you?
Well, I mean, I live off the energy and the work that my ancestors put in, and I look at it as much as I know lupus can really impact me. I mean, even I can't even lie to you. Today I was laid out this morning, but I think the thing that keeps me going is that I still have purpose. I still feel like I'm connected to I still feel God's presence in everything that I do. I feel like I'm connected to all of the things I'm supposed to do. And even with lupus, I've been able to accomplish amazing things, and so many people that came before me had like real barriers, had some serious things that they battled. I think about my mom. I'm a child of immigrants, and my mom came here and didn't know nobody but her husband, and figured out how to build a life. And how dare I, think that just because I got this illness, I can't continue on and do things. So we built for hard times, and I just look at it like I'm built for it. And I know that every down has an up, every up has a down, and then it go back up. And so I'll hold on to that.
Come on, she's riding the wave, y'all. I love everything she's saying. She's riding the wave. Remember, I tell y'all, you got to pump, 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 pump. When you get up high, you got to enjoy the view. You have to ride the wave and enjoy the view. Yep. So I appreciate you saying that, man. And I appreciate that you're going through it, but you're going to get to it because of that. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for showing up for you and us tonight. From deaf poetry to Congress, how has your definition of purpose evolved over the years?
Well, I think when I first started doing poetry, I was on a New Eureka Poets Cafe Slam team back in 2006, which is me dating myself or whatever. And like, it was just me going, oh, I want to share some poems. and like, this is a story that happened to me. And I think for me, over the years, it just became more and more about like the title of my I just released a chat book. It's not officially out. That's why y'all ain't get a hold of it. But
time it's out right now. You can get pre-orders right now. You make sure that you hit the queen up because the pre-order, hold it up one more time, let the people see the beautiful work. She's trying to hide it. Don't y'all, you see that right there? Hit her up and get your pre-order on now. She's signing it and everything. Tell her that you came on PPC, you seen it, and now you need it. You heard me?
No, thank you. No, but it was inspired, and I kept the name, but the third album is called Things I Need to Hear, and it became really important for me not to write just what I'm seeing, but also like what is the advice that I needed to hear from myself. And that's the title of my third album. And so I have 3 albums that you can get. It's on all streaming platforms. The third album, I put that in the Grammy. I think I only really did that because I'm good friends with Jay Ivy, and me, him, and Queen Sheba really, really tried to work hard to make sure that the poetry, spoken word, had a category in the Grammys. And I was like, yo, what do I want to put out? And I thought about it and was like, man, I'm learning things. I'm talking to myself. I'm giving myself the things I need to hear. How about I give that to other people? And so I think that that's where my poetry just kind of keeps moving on to like, what are the lessons I'm learning and how can I help others with those lessons?
That is so dope. You know, I was over here fussing. I know you heard me in the background. I say, she didn't tell me. She didn't say nothing about 3 albums. Y'all know I would have asked the question, like, where can the people find this amazing work? You know, tell the
That's my fault. That's my fault.
No, it's okay, because we bigging it up tonight. We about to get in there tonight. She didn't say 1. She didn't say 2. She said number 3. So that means it ain't a fluke. That means Queen out here knowing what she doing. So with that being said, where can the people tap in?
Yeah, I mean, they can go to ChanelGabriel.com. All the links are on there, to direct links, but you can just go with the Tidal, Spotify, all of the streaming platforms. You can find all my work. The first album came out way back in Def Poetry days. And then the other 2 came out over a series of years, but it's a little bit of poetry, a little bit of music. I kind of mix the 2. I started out as a singer a long time ago, and I fused that with my poetry and a lot of the work I do.
It sounded dope. I'm gonna go listen to it till we lay down tonight. When I lay down, I'm gonna make sure I have it in my ears so that I can pipe it up. And y'all know I'm gonna put it on repeat. It's gonna play all night. You get what I'm saying? Because that's how you run the numbers. You got to put it on all night. Turn it up, turn it down, but put it on and let it play. So y'all support, and more support. With that being said, what's the first piece you getting into for us tonight?
All right, I'm gonna do something new. It's inside of the book, but it's not recorded anywhere, so you ain't gonna hear it on the album. But it's something I've been in love with for a while, so I'm gonna share it with you all.
What's the name of it?
It's called Vulnerability Poem. That's what it's called. I have not named it anything else.
Y'all know how we do on PPC. This their first time coming on here, so they don't know. So let me go ahead and give it a proper introduction. I say, new on PPC. Let's go.
See, my therapist told me I lean on my masculine energy. I tell him my femininity can only hold the weight of someone's body, but never their heart. See, my bosom be a barred window I let few peer into. I tell my therapist only the privileged live without curtains and blame my Brillo tongue on Brooklyn, on black woman. My aggression remains my hubris and my most prized possession. See, I have a chip on my shoulder from dodging guillotines. Sorry you ain't ever seen little girls like me with scraped knees climbing wire fences where there should be trees. Brooklyn girls who swim in a sea of cat calls and adult accountability. Brooklyn girls build homes but never get rid of the debris, and we speak with the cadence of the MC and mouths dance with razor blades. We teach our babies that the toughest shell make the best seeds. Taught to be an oak, but not to be someone else's palm tree. I'd love to be a flower, but I'll be damned if I let men float in and out like bumblebees. And what's the use in being an open door if you've grown used to seeing people leave? And I'm sorry if we don't soften easily. Brooklyn girls constantly have to be an army of one. That's why we stay fatigued. Know that our safety isn't guaranteed. Grew up watching teens like me work in the corner in Crown Heights and Canarsie. I heard how black girl magic can't save us from these streets. And my mama told me as a child not to use any man's lap as a seat. Heard how uncles and play cousins can be predatory. Everyone thinks that they own a piece of a black girl's body. Like the seal on my birth certificate made the world a signatory, and they ask us to smile as if the world ain't been trying to take it away. The thought of vulnerability makes my heart beat like double Dutch feet taught to. The thought of vulnerability makes my heart beat like double Dutch feet taught to trust nobody, can't even trust what I feel. And I want to be the mango on a man's lips, the pillow caressing his cheek. Desiring someone bearing armor, but I only know how to be a shield, too guarded to be guarded, easier to control the chessboard, taught to be queen, less gambit, no cards up my sleeve. And I marvel at the fact that you question why I'm more Dora Milaje than less Snow White. You wonder why my heart gets caught in my throat. And I don't know how to put aside my pride. I'm a social butterfly who gets a crush and somehow turns shy. Who feels a billion things at once, but has to fight at times to figure out why, balancing the dichotomy of dual energies. But the trauma frequently dons the mask of masculinity, not realizing that tapping into that femininity weakens the Brooklyn concrete It softens it into the clay that lets us to be the sole person with the authority that we have to shape. And I'm fighting to find a way to trust that I can survive a mistake, can walk again after a misstep, trust I can open up to something new and still be safe. And this root chakra needs opening. This yin needs its yang, turning off the defense mechanism that doesn't trust, refuses to see that the soft life ain't never been my goal. It's been making the best and embracing the soft parts of me. Thank
Well, now it ain't no fireman, but that shit was fire, man.
Ooh, well, Brooklyn at? She said she's a BK girl. I'm trying to tell you, I love that right there. Let's go ahead and keep this show. You know what? Before I do that, let me get into a commercial break. I ain't paid no bills around here today. Hold up. And I think we got a new one. Where my man's at? It's a little long, but we're finna run, Big Sexy. Let's go.
Only that he's a point, but he hit us with a video on why the bomb is the bomb. Let's go, Big Sexy.
I got this product from one of my friends. Hands have eczema. 4 major spots there. And I got 2 there. One of them is still healing, but I can't tell you they're 100% better than what they were. This stuff right here, it's all natural. It's got a great smell. Key-notez. This has made my hands 10 times better. I'm heavily tattooed. It makes my tattoos better. Just dry skin in general. My hands, I can't tell you how much better my hands look. Get you some.
I'm trying to get him to get some beard oil. That thing over there looking sexy on. He like, I'm rubbing the balm on everything, Key-notez. I'm like, check. But y'all know, get you some, man. Tap, tap, tap in. Let's keep this thing right on rolling. A Haitian pastor kid repping Philly. AVG rep reflections front and center. As part of the 2-line Philly and right creative, he built bridges in between art, faith, and community. While his poetry hits stages often, he's also stepping into teaching and coaching, using his words as a mirror for growth and grace. Guess what, y'all? Y'all about to get to witness this growth and grace all in one right here on PPC, because guess who it is, y'all? It's AVG! Oh, poetry.
What's up,
I gotta say the whole name. You gotta say the whole name like a pimp called Slick back. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my life together over here. How you doing, kid?
I'm doing all right. How are you? I mean, I got you doing well. I see you.
I'm right up in the house. It's up. So you got music and books. How can the people tap in on everything that you have going on?
Yeah, honestly, I would say if you want to tap in with me on Instagram, AVG Poetry. In my links, I've got a YouTube playlist. You can catch all of my recordings there. If you want to tap in on the books that I've got 2 collections, and I'm in a kind of an anthology with some other poets. Feel free to DM me for those links. What else? I might be on Spotify as well for some podcasts and stuff like that. So feel free to check in on those opportunities as well. But thanks for asking.
So basically, he's saying tap in with him. You're going to find the links everywhere. Y'all, I was on the YouTube. I've been on it for the last 2 days because he did drop it in our link. So, I was like, hold on. Let me go over here and see what's going on. And I wasn't disappointed. I was not disappointed. Different stages talking, but he talking that talk, y'all. And he had me feeling all spiritual and uplifted. It was a very necessary. I needed it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it was right on freaking time. So Philly. So wait a minute. You talk about poetry as a mirror. What's one reflection that changed your life?
Oh gosh, you're getting in my business right now. Golly. One reflection that changed my life. I will say a reflection that keeps coming back in a number of the poems that I continue to write is that I can always be more humble, and that humility really is the gateway to true success on this earth. I truly believe that.
Humble,
Yeah.
King. Hold up. Have you ever
Well,
looked up the word humble? You ever
yeah,
looked that word up? So we
yeah,
grounded. We're
for,
grounded.
for
We're
sure.
things like that. But we don't bow down. We're not less than. We don't
Mhm.
humble ourselves. We big ourselves up because we that. You are God. I'm looking at you. You looking like a Dixie God over here. So with that being said, you ain't humbling nothing. We don't do that. So I don't want to correct your spiel, but I want you to look that word up when you leave me tonight. And then I want you to change the algorithm. I want you to change what you're saying because this ain't in our English anyway. We speak it. Never mind. Different conversation for different things, but just look it up
Yeah.
for me. You know what I'm saying?
Connected to what you said, like we have a certain definition of humble, like humiliate yourself, right? Like I think of humility as not overestimating, not underestimating yourself. You know exactly where you sit, you know your
Right.
skills, your abilities, capacities, and you move in that.
That
So I even have a different idea around humility as well, but appreciate the connection to
No,
that for
I
sure.
did it because I was like that too. I thought
Yeah,
the same thing because that's how we grow up learning it. So we
yep.
think that, you know what I'm saying, to humble yourself is a good thing. But when you look up the dictionary and
Mm,
what you're actually telling yourself when you tell yourself to humble is
that's
what,
very
you know what I'm saying? Chill out. Like you, Lord, like, hey, bring it down a notch. Nah, hold up. I'm
for
trying to
sure.
censor over here. I ain't humbling nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I said that. But I do get it because it's
That's
just like the N word. We give it a different definition. That don't mean that it's good. That don't mean
mm,
that we need to say it. I don't even allow my young men around here to use that. They better say, bro. They better say something else because just because we made it popular and hype don't mean that it's something that we need to keep feeding into. You know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? But you know, I will talk to you all day. I told you I was a talker. All right, so the Philly poetry scene has deep roots. How has that culture shaped you and what you create?
Yeah, so a little bit of backstory. I came to Philly for school. Graduated, I survived my chemistry degree. And it actually wasn't until a couple of years later that I became more connected to the Philly poetry scene. And I heard a lot of different poets kind of writing um, in their own authenticity. So I got to hear a lot of different cadences, a lot of different flows. And I think in some ways, it helped me to find my particular voice, understand that I might be a softer sounding poet, but that doesn't mean that don't come with power. And so I think that's how Philly helped me to like find my voice in that way.
Thanks, because you definitely a powerhouse. I'm telling you, I was on the list. I seen how the different perceptions and how it looks, and I love that you allow God to lead your words before you open your mouth. That's what I got out of most of the things that I listen to. So I love that, man. Like I love that pen that I have come to learn. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, what's the first piece you giving us tonight?
Absolutely. Connected to your earlier question, this is a piece geared towards this reflection that I keep coming back to, right? That pride is not overestimating yourself is not really the best way to like get through life. This
Right.
poem is called A Musician's Apology.
A
Hopefully
musician
y'all
of
enjoy.
poetry. I actually like the name. I don't know if he brought it off the top of his head or not, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? He just did one day. So with that being said, and I like the change of word. He said pride. Hold up. So I was talking humble. He was talking pride. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving it. Let me get up out of here because we'll talk all day. I love this right here. Let's go.
For sure, for sure. Father, here I am again, praying that my sheet music be faultless before the throne, that my life progressions be pleasing to your ears, that when the world presses my keys, my respiratory organs would pass air through the windpipe of this body, past my vocal cords and through my lips, whether war cry or whisper, I'd worship and witness with everything it means for me to breathe authentic music, acoustic sounds that are wholly in harmony with your will. At least I think that's what it means for me to breathe in one accord with you. But Father, here I am again, wondering if this heartbeat still makes you delight in the darkest corners of my confessions. You see, I made atonement for sin last night. And here I am, trying to atone for my sin this evening. But Father, the bottom line is, if this note of apology outlines the score of my harmony, do I still strike a chord with you when I cry, Lord, have mercy on me, a sinner? You know, I wonder if I can still offer you children's music ministry. unadulterated praise and worship untainted by these simulated musical arrangements, these prayers and statements, audio engineered to sound pretty, but couldn't be farther in beauty from the natural tones of our humanity. God, this is supposed to be a praise poem. But maybe these cardiac percussions be the clearest evidence of my humility. Maybe these, our most honest heart talks, be the heartbeats that still make you dance since the dawn of civilization, when our ancestors would cut through air to craft choreography and present as living sacrifice, a body choir of vibrations, giving Handel's Messiah an indigenous twist, and while imperceptible to the human ear, you heard them, and they were pleasing and acceptable to you and you alone. So Father, here I am again. This time grateful that you hear the honest compositions of this human heart. This anthem, outpouring from my ventricles and atria into the rest of these organs, auditoriums of sound. May the musings of these four chambers right now be our reasonable service. May this heart chamber music be concerto somebody's son ought to offer as symphony. May these whole notes of authenticity be the bass line of a heartstring quartet, quivering toward its last measure till its deepest echoes delicately vibrate into silence. My friends, when we rise again, what will our sheet music say about the life we lived? What will our sheet music say about the life we lived? Amen. And that's that piece.
That was so heartfelt. I felt it beating out my chest. Oh.
He wrote that, and that's one of them pieces I was telling y'all that I was listening to. So how could I not go back and listen to more after hearing that right there? Man, y'all already know before we flip this thing right on around, because we about to do it like a whole drive-by in this thing. Let me run me one more, pay the bill, and it's real, and then we is in there like swim well. Let's go. Oh, she said she don't like that one. Let me do this. Yeah, boy. Aisle 7 at the corner store is now open. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with Coastal Sunflower body scrubs, baby. But believe we got more than that. We got that poppy seed just dropped. We got that purple haze, and you know it's that fire. We got bombs. We got teas. We got the flavor you savor, all natural everything. So make sure that y'all tap in. Gotta roll it, no, gotta hold it. Y'all know cat.com to get you some Gab. You ready? Yeah, there we go. She said, I'm ready. I see my daughter in the house. I see my business partner, Coastal, in the house. Kim to me, but Coastal to y'all in the house. I see we got some people in here. Hey, y'all. So with that being said, and AK, thank you so much for everything, man. With that being said, what's the second piece you're giving us tonight?
All right, y'all. So I know I got to close it out with a little ode to the DMV. And for those who don't know what the DMV is, shout out to DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We're not talking about the Department of Motor Vehicles, okay? We talk about DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Who like me? See, I knew what she was talking about because I got peoples there. But for everybody who really like me, and she said DMV, and they was like, "What the hell we driving to now?" No, she not talking about that. She wasn't talking about that. Hold on, let me drive my.
That is so funny. All right, y'all. So this is actually called Home. Road running city to city, dodging cops in blue and red cars, hitting bars, pickle eggs, hot sauce, and sunflower seeds, a forever native snack to the DMV. The sounds of go-go floods the streets, and we beat our feet. Hey, 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 hey. Shout out to y'all who know that. The crowd goes crazy. Drums moving, feet beating, music blasting. Do you hear that? It's culture walking down on you. Sneakerheads in every corner. Don't get caught with them foams on. Crossing the DC line as the divine smell of weed floods the scene. I feel seen. Hopper visits for crabs. Bank accounts for grabs. Kill more for the lower dummies at the bottom of the map. It don't matter if you're more a dummy. However you mix it, niggas still get consumed by the trap. Traps in our streets with drugs we never seen. Bodies drop. Plugs flop. hid legends left forgotten. Protect what's ours, stop the wars and unify. Divided they see three and label us as we. Do you realize? If we had unity, we'd be the most unstoppable community they've ever seen. There's nothing like the DMV, the greatest home to the Big Three. Short and sweet. Thank you.
See, Keynote's gonna tell you I'm just her co-host. But coming from the host with the most, baby, that was fire. Just like that shit I be smoking. Let's go.
Who spoke? Yeah. Bouncing y'all up like crazy. This been a show tonight. I'm excited to hear the second pieces. So what's the second piece you're giving us tonight?
So the second piece I'm gonna give you guys tonight is another theatrical piece, I guess you could say. This one, what is the name of this one? No, this one has a name, and I swear to God I remember it. I swear to God I remember it. This one actually has a name. It's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna remember it. This one has a name though.
You might remember it later on, but don't worry, it has a name, guys. So he don't need help. What he needs you to do is just pay attention. Let me get up out of here. Look, he thinking hard too. He must have hugged a tree or two. Pass that shit over here. Never mind, I'm gone.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm really okay. I know it go. I know how it goes. I just don't know the name off the top. But this one's theatrical. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna take y'all on a journey. Oh, it's called Watching a Protest. All right. A dark man couldn't stop light. Black man sitting at stoplight. A ray of sunshine upon pedestrians, their shadows stretch like fingers on the pavement. Kin of mine surround the vehicle, eyes sharp as broken glass suspension. Who was it this time? Well, I refused to listen, then a fuse lit by tension. Boy, you just gonna drive by? Remember when you said you let your sign fly right through their window for your kinfolk, so where you going? Oh, what, you finna go clock in? Spend quality time with a press so you don't feel lesser. Bet I won't bust your windows, let that be a lesson. Don't test me, cause outside your doors, I'm the professor. We outside with hands up on the perimeter. We the contesters against the judge who applied full court pressure to our brother who got the shot. Voices cracking concrete. Our shoes worn out by marches on miles of miseducation. Life as a protester, but you won't make a gesture inside your cozy four-door air-conditioned box. I bet the hum of the AC drowns out our chants. Are you cold inside? Did they dim your flame? Did you forget your name? And what are seat belts? Invisible chains? Do it feel good punching a clock that don't punch back? While we out here fighting the time of the season in the mob, while you at work, we working the job. Our hands holding up signs, the ink smearing from prayers into curses, from no justice, no peace to no justice, peace as the sun presses down harder, unrelenting like the system that breaks us. Our ancestors whisper in the winds, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Just another dark man who couldn't fight the good fight. Oh, I see you. You got your you can see through the mist your pretty little fog lights, but you couldn't stop light at a stoplight. Well, I'm a black man sitting at stoplight. A ray of sunshine upon pedestrians. Their shadows stretch long, reaching like they still believe in Christ. Kin of mine surround the vehicle. Their hoods raised like the tide, suspension. Oh, I know who it was this time, but I still refuse to listen. Then a fuse lit by tension. I grip the wheel, jaw tight. Nah, their chance can't shake me. I built this life with my own two hands. No protest put food on my table. No march paid my rent. I chose survival, chose to climb, even if the ladder's rungs were greased with a little blood. But now their faces burn through the glass. So crazy and so beautiful. Brown skin, And now I wonder if my climb was just a different kind of fall. Do they see me through the glass? Do they know I'm caught too? In this air-conditioned box I suffocate on guilt and fear. But what if I stop? What if I join? Will I lose what little I've built? But what am I building if not for them? The light turns green. I hesitate. My hands don't move. Poem.
Boy, it take the darkness to bring out the stars, so thank you for blacking out. Yeah, that was hard.
Damn, I'm still stuck on make a part 2, man. How you just gonna leave us like that? My hands on the wheel. I be feeling like that when I be getting pulled. Never mind, y'all. If y'all miss what he was talking about, shit, come visit ATL. You know what I'm talking about? Come on vacation, leave on probation. Never mind. Going on, Chanel.
Come on vacation and leave off. I cannot.
That's what we said about the ATL. We tell you. You know what I'm saying? Abraham, I see you in here, King. But that's what we tell you when you get the ATL. Slow down and put on your seatbelt. But he said it's the new. Never mind. Go back and listen to the piece again because he went there. He went all the way there, and I loved it. So with that being said, what's the second piece you giving us tonight?
Well, I'm gonna go on some love tip, but some self-love tip. This is very much a poem that I've reminded myself for a few years about being single and being okay being single, although I'm not single now, but it's still something I still need to do.
Called a person, y'all, because she was okay with being single. Sometimes you gotta be okay with being with you, baby. If you don't like you, we don't like your ass. Never mind.
Can't do that. I can't with you. When the ball drops at midnight and there is no one to kiss, when there are no fireworks from someone's fingertips, when you are no closer to a diamond on that fourth finger, and it seems that every singer on the radio wants to remind you they got a boo and you just got you. If another year passes and you are still single, please know that you still have value. That singleness and loneliness doesn't have to be a great comforter of stone swallow. Singleness is not a badge of brokenness. You are not a broken mess. You are not less. See, there is nothing he or she or they can say that can match you loving the echo of your own name. No need for something outside of your body to make you complete. Not when you are a house well stocked with purpose and consciousness and brilliance. See, you may not have a significant other, but baby, you still significant and there is no other you. Please don't go forgetting the point of living, which is to enjoy all that you are given and to simply enjoy living, realizing that your heart is one skip away from death. See, it takes nothing for the breath in your body to be stuck in your chest and you here worrying about someone who doesn't yet exist, who you can't be sure will be a gift, much less another headache to add to your list. Trust that the pressure of being the only reason someone else is happy, that has destroyed many a relationship. And contrary to social media's portraits, the images you see are far from perfect. See, trifling people can be fixed with filters, and IG be telling stories more like fables, more like stories, more like lies. And you still think you can only find joy by finding a partner, ignoring the beautiful person that's been within you all this time. See, the Bible says, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing, but never forget, you already were that good thing long before they found you, already worth worshiping. Yet you ignore your friends and family who choose to gather at your altar, all because one person didn't put you on a pedestal. See, something magic happens when we close our storybook fables and begin to find our happily ever after beneath our own feet. So when on a date and someone asks you why you are single, tell them it's because you go on dates with people who ask you stupid questions like, why are you single? And let them know that you aren't picking a partner only on if they can make your toes tingle and stomach parasail. And that just because you're of a certain age doesn't mean that they can get you at a discount or on sale. Please let them know that your world is not dictated by what you have, but by enjoying its design. And when they put a shot clock on your uterus, let them know that games have been won in overtime. And even if for some reason I hope you do, but even if for some reason you never find your soulmate, your soul may discover there's a bigger reason your soul was made. And I don't want to say this is easy to do. See, our Creator made us to love. And I know that there will be nights that you cannot hold back tears any more than a bedroom door can hold back a flood, but can't nobody give you the joy that never was. Please try to tell yourself this, even if sometimes it feels like a lie, that someone out there wishes for your problems. Do not let your blessings pass you by. Be your own judge and jury, because being single is not a crime. Thank you.
I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Oh, 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 yeah.
Ooh, I love when queens talk that stuff, but I was confused on which she on the play, so she gonna get both of them. Hold up before I bring the king up. Wait a minute.
I just came on here to tell you you was a bad mother. Hush your mouth. You know kids be watching the show. What, man? You ruined all the fun. I was gonna say mother sucker. Dang.
But guess what? The kids need to hear that one, especially the young ladies. They need to go back and listen to it again and again. A couple kings can listen to it too, baby, because she held value before you. Never mind. It's gonna clean this thing on up. ABG poetry. Let's go. King. I know it came back around real fast, like, so, woo, y'all just shutting the wires down in this thing tonight. How are you going to close us out after all of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like ride this inspirational tip, do a piece that I wrote for my mom. There's a bit of some affirmation towards the end as well. So we're going with,
hey, he ain't trying nothing. I told y'all we're gonna work on this verbiage. He's about to ride this show on out with some affirmations that's gonna be at the end. So make sure that y'all stay till then so that y'all can tap in and get that rise that you might need. And I'm
for sure. This poem is called Mama Made It. I learned not to make a god out of mama, but I remember when I was a child, hugs from my mom were the closest I ever felt to God. Sometimes even sunshine felt like mama made it warm and loving for our bellies and our skin, and I might be mistaken, but I think I heard God say she was his accomplice in creation. God said, let there be light. Mama said, word. Blink of an eye, child smiles bright because black hole was filled with matter made by mama's hand. Home was the first place I learned a man's heart could be made whole if his stomach was full. I mean, every morsel of mama's cooking made me copy the comments of Creator God, and she didn't make the universe. She crafted Haiti on the dining table every time we'd feast as a united nation. We didn't ask for foreign aid. Mama said we had everything we needed at home, and she didn't part land from sea. But she poured pools of sospa around mounds of cornmeal like pure water used to fall back in her hometown. She took 5 weekdays and 2 weekends to make a multitude of memories. Enough food for thought to feed me whenever my mind was hungry, and she taught me. Yes, mama taught me that all healings are possible through the real masculinity that we bathe in me, but I know better than to idolize mama. Even she sees herself but a vessel, a channel for the love that would quench my thirst when I search for water in broken cisterns. Y'all, I can't tell you how easy broken cisterns oasis when sun rays are stuck in lukewarm places. I learned not to make a god out of mama. But sometimes God comes out of mama. She said, son, you were not made to make a dim lifestyle seem like paradise. You are no optical illusion. Just keep it real. So what if they go blind by beholding your brilliance? Maybe they'll finally learn to walk by faith and not by sight. You are the light of my world and this world. You are a burning flame, a lamp unto the feet of people gasping for freedom at the peak of their depression. But if your light should ever flicker, let it be a fervent reminder even fire needs an energy source. If your light should sway in the wind, let it be praise dance to your creator God. And if your light should ever break, let it be breakfast called a morning devotion, a beautiful communion of colors taken to remember our daily bread and the wine of life's simplest pleasures. Show the people that even if my sun sets, he will rise again. So pick your face up off the ground, Wipe your tears. Do what you were created for and shine. I learned not to make a God out of mama, but sometimes God comes out of mama, and I wonder, when will God come out of me? Peace.
Now that right there was written with love, y'all. Let's go.
Ooh, got me thinking about my mama at the end of the show, and y'all already know what's up with that. So let's go ahead and end this thing out, man. Don't forget, each and every Tuesday, the party starts with my bro Paul Cram and Pentelectual Conversations. So make sure that y'all tap in. That's definitely on the YT. I was on that thing last night. It was too litty in the city. And it's almost that time again, y'all. Central Saturdays, November 22nd, featuring my cousin and them, Ebony the Goddess, hosted by Jay Simone. And you already know the one and only Walking Erotica will be in the house. And it's going to be an amazing time, including great games, dope poets. I mean, check it. It's Central Saturdays. So you know we getting grown and sexy in that thing. Don't meet me there. Beat me there, baby. I'll be at the door. It's going to be hard to do, but do it anyway. Get your tickets right now, man. Tickets are available right now on Eventbrite. You got the early bird special, so you better get it in where you fit it in. You already know that this episode was brought to you by Coastal Sunflower Body Scrubs. For the ones who hustle hard and still keep it smooth. Exfoliate your worries, polish your peace, and let your glow talk louder than your pain. And then you will find your shine. The Coastal Sunflower way, that is. You know, add the .com to get you some. Y'all already know I want to thank everybody who tapped in tonight and everybody who supported the show. You know the saying. Make sure you wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude so you can reach those major altitudes. And guess what, y'all? We are. What a show. Peace!
Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I'd like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it. I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm out. Let's go.